Welcome to the World Smith of Chicago, Illinois, nonprofit home video and artworks creations. As we look at the globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projections of the book of Psalms 105th chapter and 23rd verse, 12 sons of Jacob, we see the Islamic Aramaic speaking 12 sons of Jacob leaving the modern stealth pyramid Mercator projection area of Ham, which is located in modern Iraq. As they cross the thin strip of water into Africa, they cross the Euphrates River. When we look at the 12 sons of Jacob starting the first stealth pyramids in Saqqara, data of Jacob and globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projections, we see the fourth son of Jacob entering into ancient Egypt amongst the 12 sons of Jacob, where we see him today couched down in front of the second Giza pyramids, as the Ethiopian couching lion sphinx of ancient Judaism. As we look at the denial of the African sphinx within the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible by Daniel 8:12 Greek and Roman conquerors over the biblical Holy Lands in theological racism, we see Genesis 49:8 fourth son of Jacob, original globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projections of the bar-shaped female earth oval. If we look at the bar-shaped earth in geography in the black outer regions of space, it's receiving 1 John 1:1 15 billion-year-old sun throne, original holy hydrogen-like creation that existed before the 5 billion-year-old world. When we look at the bar-shaped female earth oval, globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projection data of the 1, 2, 3 grouping of pyramid squares, in which appears upon the outer wall surface area of the octagonal building structure called the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. We see the 1, 2, 3 grouping of pyramid squares flanking a central Ethiopian cross. When we fly over the North African pyramids of Khufu in Egypt and look straight down upon them from a helicopter from 12 to 6 o'clock position, we see 1, 2, 3 grouping of pyramid bases as 1, 2, 3 grouping of pyramid squares, in which reconnects the Ethiopian couching lion sphinx of ancient Judaism to the Dome of the Rock octagonal building structure creation and architecture. As we look at the central Ethiopian cross shaped building structure that is located in modern LALIBELA, we see a solid cross-shaped building structure that was carved out of solid bedrock. The area that was left formed a square. If you jump down in the square, once you reach the bottom and look up, you're looking up from the book of Revelation in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible that's read in every church in America, original cube dimension of New Jerusalem, as outlined by the wall area 8 enclosure image of the cross-shaped building structure in modern LALIBELA. Here's how we rediscover the Islamic Kaaba faith of Abraham as it reconnects the 12 sons of Jacob that left the Iraqi area, where we see the globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projection of the Tower of Babel of the 12 sons of Jacob as they entered into ancient Egypt. Once we look at the geometric data concerning the cross-shaped building structure in modern LALIBELA as it relates to the cubic dimensions of New Jerusalem, we have reconnected the stone rectangular window frames, in which appears within all the outer wall surface area of the biblical Jerusalem Temple Mount, Dome of the Rock octagonal building structure. Well, when we look at the geometric dimensions of the returning cube structure of New Jerusalem that's referred to in the King James Bible in the book of Revelation 21:18, we see that every cube has a square for a ceiling and a square for a floor, a square for a left and right wall, east and west wall. Well, when we uncover the cubic dimensions of New Jerusalem, here's where we see the globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projections at the base of the black African Ethiopian couching lion sphinx of ancient Judaism, original cross-shaped building structure that is located in the modern LALIBELA. When we look at the base of the cross-shaped building structure in Ethiopia, we see the same cross-shaped building structure, globe earth stealth pyramid Mercator projection, as when you look at the earth in the North Pole concentrically viewed map image. That is the image where you place the earth at your feet like a basketball and look straight down at it, the basketball-shaped earth. When you place the pyramid inside of the basketball in ancient Egypt, where the pyramid touched the top of the basketball, draw a circle. That's 90 degrees in geography upon the globe Earth. The base of the pyramid touched halfway between the basketball, so that's the equatorial perimeter of planet Earth. Now, when we uncover the 66 feet height of the Egyptian Sphinx and its cobra upon its forehead, we've placed the cobra at 66-degree latitude, which represents the male sperm cell in microbiology. So the male sperm cell is piercing the aurora Arctic circle, which is also located at the fourth circle on the globe Earth stellar pyramid Mercator projection. Here's where we see the 66 to 75 degree latitude as corresponding to the fourth circle on the globe Earth. Now, when we look at the dome of the rock octagonal equatorial perimeter of the globe Earth, we see the globe Earth stellar pyramid Mercator projection within the octagonal equatorial perimeter of the globe Earth as seen from outer space. When we have superimposed the cross-shaped building structure of modern LALIBELA upon the outer wall of the dome of the rock octagonal building structure of King David and Solomon in Jerusalem, we see the stone rectangular window frame, central Ethiopian cross made of stone, which appears in all of the stone rectangular window frames in Jerusalem upon the holy building of the black African, couching, Ethiopian, and ARMAIC COUCHDED kingdoms of King David and Solomon. As we destroy the Greek and Roman image of Jesus and Jehovah, we have removed the Eurocentric Temple Mount views of modern Christians and Jews. As we reclaim the cross-shaped building structure of modern LALIBELA, original dome of the rock architecture, we have smashed the 400-year-old brainwashing in which the Greek devil eye upon the back of the American dollar-bill pyramid used within the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible. Now, if we remember that the brainwashing was upon the book of Job, 3:6, children of Judah, the Ethiopian, ARMAIC COUCHDED kingdoms of King David and Solomon. So when we look at the book of Lamentation using the word black and skin, Lamentation 5th chapter and 10th verse, in reference to the tribe of Judah, and the book of Jeremiah, 14th chapter, 2nd verse, also uses the word black and skin. The book of Deuteronomy says that the children of Judah and Jerusalem shall be sold butt naked, bound in chains, in great ships away from their land, into a land in which they know not of. The only Afro-Americans or Negroes that arrived in America 400 years ago during the transatlantic slave trade came from the biblical lands of Giza, Gaza, Gath, Ekron, Escalon, Palestine, and Jerusalem. So, when we look at the little I is ni for nigger, a big I is a little I is I for nigger. A big I is I for Niger. So when you fly to Africa over the Niger River, which is in Nigeria, you see that the 400-year-old Negroes were shipped from, they were the Nigerians and Ethiopians that inhabited Giza, Gaza, Gath, Palestine, Ekron, and Escalon. Now, most of the people in Jerusalem were speaking the ancient Aramaic language. When I talk about the Dead Sea Scrolls found in the Qumran cave, it's a group of caves connected to a chain of mountains that connect Giza, Egypt, to Gaza. That's Jerusalem. That's where the Palestinians wearing white robes and turbans and praying 5 times a day towards the east, towards Malachi 4:2 winged sun disk, 15 billion year old sun throne, which is spoken of in 1 John 1:1 as the 15 billion year old holy hydrogen-like creation that exists before the 5 billion year old world in the black outer regions of space. Here's where we see the Islamic Kaaba faith of Abraham, because the word Kaaba in Arabic means cube. We see the Islamic Aramaic speaking 12 sons of Jacob leaving the Mesopotamian stellar pyramid civilization of Ham as they entered into ancient Egypt. So when we reclaim the fourth son of Jacob in Genesis 49 chapter and 8 verse, the first book in the King James Bible, we have rediscovered the black African couching lion sphinx of ancient Judaism who couched down in front of the Isaiah 19:19 Egyptian pyramids. Now when we look at the South American pyramids in Tiwanaku and Pumapunku, we see at the top of the South American step pyramids of Pumapunku, there's a cross-shaped building structure carved out of the solid bedrock. Here's where we reclaim South America step pyramids to the Babylonian 12 sons of Jacob step pyramids. But the original book of Genesis 2:7, normal hidden human race, which now populate the entire world before their illegal name change by the 1611 King of England, appointed 72 Greek and Hebrew scholars, changed the name of Jacob into Israel, which destroyed the fourth son of Jacob, which is referred to in the book of Genesis 49:8 as the Ethiopian couching line thinks of ancient Judaism. So the fourth son of Jacob, biblical history and geometry of the 1, 2, 3 group in the pyramid squares that appears within the Dome of the Rock stone rectangular window frames, flanking the central Ethiopian cross. This history and geometry was wiped out of the King James Bible and theological racism by the Greek devil eye upon the Pax American LALIBELA pyramid that took over the African Egyptian pyramids of ancient Ethiopia. So the white Greek Caucasian devil that wrote the English Bible 400 years ago illegally placed the name change of Jacob into Israel within every Bible read in America, which wiped out the fourth son of Jacob, according to Psalms 105th chapter and 23rd verse, that entered into ancient Egypt amongst the 12 sons of Jacob, where we currently see him today, couched down in front of the Isaiah 19:19 Egyptian pyramids. As the black African couching Ethiopian line thinks of ancient Judaism. When we look at the 6-point star of the Egyptian pyramids, 1, 2, 3 group in the pyramid squares, being generated from all of the Egyptian pyramids extending the potems and baselines, we see the 6-point star, the Ethiopian couching line thinks of ancient Judaism, 6-point star origin of the seal of King Solomon, and the Israeli national flag. Now, when modern Christians use their legal name change of Israel, after Jacob wrestled with an archangel that got out of a glowing circular UFO that had a crystal dome that landed in North Africa mountain range called Sinai. Mount Sinai is geographically located in ancient Egypt. So when you fly over the northern mountain range of Africa, you're flying over Mount Sinai. If you land your plane in Mount Sinai, you're geographically landing in ancient Egypt. So when we look at the biblical elongated hidden Old Testament extraterrestrials that created Genesis 2:7 normal hidden human race, we have identified the pilots within a circular glowing hydrogen-like based UFO that had a crystal dome that landed upon Mount Sinai. So the landing on Mount Sinai was the landing in North Africa of the original Elohim that's connected to the Giza pyramids and the Jerusalem Temple Mount and the Ethiopian cross-shaped building structure located in modern LALIBELA. When we rediscovered that the ball-shaped female Earth ovum in Biology 101, as seen with the electron microscope, is the same shape and size as the basketball-shaped Earth. And it's a brown basketball-shaped Earth ovum within the belly of all women. Well, when we look at the biblical light becoming flesh in 1 John 1:1, as it travels 93 million miles away across the black outer regions of space, it enters the north and south pole regions of the basketball-shaped Earth to a tornado-like magnetic field. As this hydrogen light is pulled into the ball-shaped Earth, we see the same hydrogen light within the epithelial cells that make up the brown ball-shaped female Earth ovum in Biology 101. So the black woman gave birth to the son of God, original holy hydrogen light creation that 1 John 1:1 speaks of as the biblical light that became flesh. So all black women now have the ammunition and knowledge given to them by Laurel Smith of Chicago, Illinois, nonprofit home video and artworks creation, to destroy the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible brainwashing of over 100 Afro-Americans around the world. 100 million Afro-Americans around the world. When we see that there was not a blue-eyed, blonde-haired Caucasian image of Jesus or Jehovah, another Greek and Roman character with a thin nose, stringy hair, blue eyes, and blonde hair. This white image of Jesus and Jehovah are all false images of a man-based religion that placed a man called Jesus Christ above the biblical light that lighteth every man that cometh to the world, in which is seen shining 93 million miles away across the black outer regions of space, in which the King James Bible, after it was copied from the Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scrolls, they erased the ancient Egyptian winged sun disk written on all of the ancient Egyptian temple walls. Here's where we see the book of Malachi, M-A-L-A-C-H-I, 4th chapter, 2nd verse, winged sun disk, original holy hydrogen light of creation that created the 5 billion year old world in the black outer regions of space. That returns in the 12 sons of Jacob, a globe, earth, stealth pyramid, Mercator projections, as we see it displayed geometrically upon the dome of the rock outer wall stone within this stone rectangular window frames, where we see the globe, earth, stealth pyramid, Mercator projection, 1, 2, 3 grouping of pyramid squares of the Isaiah 1919 Giza pyramids. Biblical North African Chaldean line thinks of ancient Judaism. My discovery here is it destroys all man-made religions, because we see now that the biblical light that created the world is written upon all of the ancient Egyptian temple walls as a winged sun disk, as a Psalms 84:11 sun throne, or Psalms 84:11 sun throne. So when we see the 7-color spectrum of the rainbow coming from the sun throne of God in the book of Revelation, as the mistranslated 400-year-old King James Bible referred to them as 7 spirits. We see when hydrogen light enters a rotating magnetic field such as that of planet Earth in the black outer regions of space, we see it creating 7 glowing hydrogen light rainbow circles in the north and south pole area of the basketball-shaped Earth. These glowing circles of the rainbow in the north and south pole area of the Earth actually is created by the hydrogen light interacting with the rotating magnetic field. In the same way, within the belly of the woman on Earth, we see the reproductive egg, which is referred to as an ovum. It's the same shape of planet Earth. It looks like a brown basketball shaped Earth ovum. It's so small you need a pair of tweezers to pick it up when you magnify it 1,000,000 times with electron microscope in Biology 101. But the same hydrogen, the same magnetic field flowing through the ball-shaped Earth, it's the same magnetic field flowing through the ball-shaped female Earth ovum in Biology 101. Here's where we see the solar wind in astronomy as the biblical light that created the world coming from the sun throne of God, carrying the hydrogen light atoms of all human souls. As we look at the human cell 75 in Biology 101, we see that the human cell is a chemical circle, and in the center of that circle is the cell nucleus in Biology 101. We see glowing around the chemical circle area of the cell 1,000,000 times magnified with electron microscope. We see a circle in this glowing in this ionized circular holy hydrogen light of creation plasma form. We have rediscovered 1 John 1:1, 15 billion year old sun throne, original holy hydrogen light of creation, as it travels 93 million miles away across the black outer regions of space and enters into the north and south pole area of the ball-shaped Earth through a magnetic field that looks like a rotating tornado. So when we look at the same hydrogen light of all human souls in Biology 101, glowing around the chemical circular area of the human cell in this ionized circular hydrogen light plasma form, we have destroyed the 400-year-old mistranslated English Bible. So any Afro-American caught preaching an English Bible to their innocent children is actually guilty of brainwashing the innocent black Afro-Americans in America. And when we look at the Greek devil eye upon the back of the American dollar bill pyramid that's connected to the King James Bible scriptural biological form of the devil, we see Daniel 8 chapter 12 verse, Greek and Roman conquerors stretching forth their hands as from the North Pole area of the basketball-shaped Earth, land of England, Greece, and Rome. Here's where we connect the Greek and Roman conquerors to the Greek devil eye upon the back of the American dollar bill pyramid. The pyramid belongs to North Africa. It do not belong to Greece, Europe, or Rome. So when you see a black African pyramid on the back of the American dollar bill, it's the African pyramids of the biblical North African Chaldean Ethiopian line SPHINX of ancient Judaism that was taken over by Greek and Roman conquerors. Here's where we uncover a white devil that places at the top of the North African pyramids in Egypt of Khufu, in front of the sun throne of God. So what is the sin of the Greek and Roman conquerors that took over Egypt, Giza, Gaza, Gath, Ekron, Ascalon, Palestine, Ethiopia, and Jerusalem? It's when they placed a man called Jesus or Jehovah, another Greek and Roman character, above the biblical light that created the world. That's the 15 billion year old sun throne, referred to in Psalms 84:11 as the sun, and it's written upon all of the ancient Egyptian temple walls. So whenever a black beautiful sister hold up an English Bible that was created by Greek and Roman conquerors from the North Pole area of our basketball shaped earth, that conquered Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Palestine, and Jerusalem, we see that she's brainwashed. The black beautiful sister pushing a white image of Jesus with blue eyes, blonde hair, in the robe, creating a 5 billion year old earth in the black outer regions of space, which is astronomically incorrect. Kaaba in Mecca is a black cube structure. The word Kaaba, K-A-B-A, in Arabic means cube. Now, here's where we see a misread in the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible in Theological Racism. Because the cube structure of New Jerusalem, in which every American Christian is waiting on to return from outer space, that houses 1 John 1:1, 15 billion year old sun throne, original holy hydrogen creation that shines 93 million miles away across the black outer regions of space, that originally created the 5 billion year old world in the black outer regions of space. So this holy hydrogen creation returns in the cubic dimensions of New Jerusalem. Now, when you look at a diamond ring on your finger, when white light hit it, you see 7 straight lines of color of the rainbow. So the 7 spirits in the book of Revelation is the 7 color spectrum of the hydrogen light coming from the sun throne of God. So when we look at the sun throne inhabiting a cube structure, the size of the moon, okay, we're looking at the Egyptian pyramid data, solar theology of the Egyptian Sphinx. So when you look at the Egyptian pyramids connected to the cross-shaped building structure of modern LALIBELA, geometrically and astronomically, we see that the Ethiopian cross that appears within the stone rectangular window frames that adorn the octagonal building structure of King David and Solomon, it has the globe, earth, step pyramid, Mercator projections. So, okay, let me explain it. So every Afro-American watching my video will walk away with the express knowledge of knowing what a step pyramid, globe, earth, Mercator projection is. It connects the 12 sons of Jacob, according to Psalms 105th chapter 23rd verse, that left their father Jacob in the Mesopotamian step pyramid civilization of Ham, which is located in modern Iraq. So when the next time you open your mouth and use the word step pyramid, Mercator projection, you're talking about the Tower of Babel, the step pyramid, and ancient Egypt's first pyramid in Saqqara. So if the 12 sons of Jacob left their father Jacob in the Mesopotamian step pyramid civilization of Ham, they left him in modern Iraq. The modern Iraqis today speak the Aramaic Dead Sea Scroll language. So the entire Bible was copied from the Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scroll language. So the next time you see a modern Christian dissing Islam, they are dissing the origin of the 12 sons of Jacob, which is wrong. So when we talk about a step pyramid Mercator projection, in which the 12 sons of Jacob brought into North Africa, where we see the step pyramid of Saqqara being erected by 12 black Aramaic speaking sons of Jacob. Here's where we see the Ethiopian couching line thinks of ancient Judaism as the 4th son of Jacob, according to Psalms 105th chapter 23rd verse, entering into ancient Egypt amongst the 12 sons of Jacob, where we currently see the 4th son of Jacob cast down in front of Isaiah 19:19 Egyptian pyramids. As the Ethiopian couching line thinks of ancient Judaism, that's referred to in Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse. If I quote from that passage, it says, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art going up, he couched down as a lion, and as a low lion, who shall rouse him up? All thy father's children shall bow down unto thee. So this concludes our story. All of the 12 sons of Jacob had to bow down to a black African Ethiopian lion sphinx of ancient Judaism in front of the Isaiah 19:19 Egyptian pyramids. This is why the theological racism that we read inside the 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible that was carried out by Daniel 8:12 Greek and Roman conquerors over the biblical holy lands of Egypt, Giza, Gaza, Gath, Ekron, Escalon, Palestine, and Jerusalem. The Greek white devil, the Masons from the North Pole area of Escobar-shaped earth, where they came from the Caucasus Mountain area, so we call them Caucasians. They placed their eye upon the African Ethiopian pyramids in Egypt. So the Masonic eye on the back of every American dollar bill is a part of the first white Greek and Roman Masons. The first white Greek and Roman Masons had to disconnect the normal-headed 12 sons of Jacob that was referred to in Genesis 2:7 that left their father Jacob in the Mesopotamian Iraqi steppe pyramid civilization of Ham, which is where the Tower of Babel is located. So we see 12 Aramaic Dead Sea Scrolls speaking 12 sons of Jacob entering into ancient Egypt. And when you look at the globe map, you see the North African continent, a thin strip of water called the Euphrates River. Then we see 12 black tribes crossing the Euphrates River from Iraq, Tower of Babel, step pyramids, civilization of Ham. Once you make a note that 12 blacks entered into ancient Egypt, it changes the whole ball game. It changes the entire 400-year-old mistranslated King James Bible. Okay, so the first 12 black speaking Aramaic sons of Jacob, speaking Islamic Aramaic Dead Sea Scrolls that was found in the Qumran cave, which is a cave that connects a group of mountains that it connects Giza, Gaza, Gath, Jordan, Palestine, and Jerusalem by a group of mountains, the Qumran cave. So when we look at the 12 sons of Jacob starting the step pyramids in Saqqara, we're talking about ancient Egypt. Now that's a game changer right there. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. I'm going to say it very slowly for you 40-year-old mistranslated King James Bible thumpers. When you reconnect the Ethiopian Sphinx in front of the Egyptian pyramids, you have reclaimed the 12 sons of Jacob, as they left their father Jacob in the Mesopotamian steppe pyramid civilization of Ham. Don't you get it now? So here's where we see 12 black Africans, Ethiopians, line of Judah, genealogical line, leaving the steppe pyramid civilization of Ham. So they left the steppe pyramid Tower of Babel and entered across the Euphrates River, a thin strip of water that separates the North African continent from the Mesopotamian civilization of Ham. That's located in the Iraqi area where we see the Tower of Babel at. So once you make the geographic location that 12 blacks left the Tower of Babel, it's a ball game, it's a game changer. Everything's over. We send the Greek devil running back to the North Pole Caucasus Mountains with his tail between his legs. The same Greek devil that lied in the 400-year-old King James Bible about the Jerusalem Temple Mount, Ethiopian couching lion sphinx of ancient Judaism, a cross-shaped building structure in modern LALIBELA. So when we look at this cross, we see the pyramids of Egypt and the Ethiopian cross, and it's connected to the base of the cross-shaped building structure in LALIBELA. So when you just let me give you an idea of what's appearing in LALIBELA, okay, base, cross-shaped building structure base. It's the 12 sons of Jacob, globe, earth, step, pyramid, Mercator projection. So if you take a blank piece, we see that the pyramids on the back of the American dollar bill is the turning point.